Namaskar and welcome to this exciting episode of Sattology, debunking mythology. Sattology means science of truth or study of truth. Opposite of that is mythology, which means science or study of fake, lie, or imagination. I have a very, very special guest. He's a Indian American movie producer, and he has produced some very successful movies which are being shown on Netflix and other places. And he's a producer for many shows which I don't know. We'll ask him. And so let us welcome Shri Mukesh Modi from New York.
Thank you, Aditi ji. Thank you for Sattology to invite me. Just to clarify, the movie which I was produced and directed, The Elevator, is streaming on Amazon, just not on Netflix, just for information. So it's running on Amazon, and right now I'm working it's a web series called Mission Kashi, which was shoot in India, and will be releasing today.
Perfect. And so before we start off, how many movies and or series that you have produced so far?
So far, I have directed and produced one like documentary film, which was done in 2015. After that, I made the movie The Elevator with Oscar nominee Eric Roberts, a Hollywood film. And now this one will be released today. The Mission Kashi is a web series, and one of the shoot which was done in North Carolina with the Morgan Freeman's son, Alfonso Freeman. It's a psychological thriller. The name of the movie called Torn. And then after that, I'm working on two more web series in India and one more feature film in India. So that's the right now I'm working. And I started my own streaming platform called Indie Films World. That's where we're going to release Mission Kashi on that platform, Indie Films World.
So you were also a part of Kashmir Files as well. So what is your experience with that movie? That movie has really picked up in India.
100%. The Kashmir File was directed, I think, made by Vivek Agnihotri. Like we just marketed it in US, like we showed in 18 to different cities in the entire US. I was involved in the part of the team where we were marketing and showing and organizing the entire screening to entire US to bring the awareness, like what really happened in Kashmir. The community and the people should know what happened. Like a lot of people don't, even today also don't know exactly what happened in Kashmir. So like we just wanted to bring the awareness to the community, give them it was most of the awareness what happened to the Kashmir.
So in we see nowadays that most of the Bollywood movies are failing because of citizens' actions, not guided by any politicians, but citizens' actions. There is a more awareness amongst the people today, what they want to see and how it should protect their faith or don't go against the faith. Like any of the American movies, most of them, they do not go against the faith of the society or the belief of the society. They generally take up neutral topics, which is more entertainment oriented, which people really like. Like recently, the movie of Tom Cruise was there, which was very well received by the audience. So where do you think the Bollywood is going? Because it is definitely not in line with the people to which it sells to.
See what happened. See why the Bollywood is failing right now, as per my opinion, and as per which I understand after looking at every side, they're not connecting to the people. All this, what's happening, like all this big, the mafias, I would say Bollywood mafias, what they're doing, they are just doing for their own society, for their own market, bringing something which is not our culture will accept, you don't connect with those kind of films. There's so many films. Why you're not connected? Because they're giving the fake agenda, the fake thing, which is not in real is true. And right now, because of the social media and all that, the people know exactly what happened in the history, and they are trying to bring, and they want to change the history. They want to make something which is more entertainment, but that entertainment only for that society, not for everyone else. So that's why it's failing. And you don't want and the people are tired of looking at the same people again and again and again. You want to see something different. You want to see something new. How many days you and me I can talk and talk and talk every day? It's not going to work. So that's what as per my opinion, that's the reason the Bollywood failing, of course. But there are many other films are running RRR, which is possible it might go to Oscar. You are mute.
uh, it is affecting more Americans. Like more Americans are positively affected by RRR than any other Indian movies in the recent past. So one question comes in the mind right now. So when you talk about Mission Kashi, what was the objective of producing this movie in the first place?
So first, let me tell you that what I learned, like I see, yeah, you are doing a Sattology. It's kind of a media, right? One of the media, right?
That's right.
The film industry is also kind of a media where you can give a message to millions of people. This example, the elevator, I have given a very nice message, and it's received more than a million people already watched the film. So that million people have received that message. The Mission Kasi, when I got the script, and I really love the script, the idea is to what we want to bring our culture. We want to show the culture should be there, should alive. The Kashi is the most one of the most spiritual place on this earth, and we want to keep it that alive. Idea is to bring the community together. Means we are showing that you are not separate. Like we believe in Vasudeva Kutumbakam, right? It means the entire world is one family. That's what we believe in. And we want to show that to the people that nobody is separate. We can be united, we can be together. And you know what? Keep our culture alive. This can anything happen. So that's the movie about actually. Means of course is the idea is that if somebody wants to destroy it, like somebody wants to destroy the most spiritual place, so how can we protect that? That's kind of film we have. We're giving a two nice message in this film, very good message to the community, that will I think help to the community not to fight amongst each other.
So recently, Kashi had a lot of controversy. Not a controversy. I think people are demanding their right to worship because of their most sacred symbol of Sanatan Dharma, which is a Bhagwan Shiv's image, which is there, which was being disrespected, and people are very hurt by that, very, very hurt. And that was hidden for such a long time. It's like a spring effect. When you compress a spring too much, it's going to bounce one day and it's going to
Exactly.
come back. So, which is what is happening, and no amount of court and other things is going to work over there, because Shivji is worshipped by every. I mean, even the non-Hindus are worshipping Shivji. Like go to Mexico and you will have tattoos of Shivji all over their shoulders. So why? So do you think that your movie is going to bring historical justice also to the actual fact of the history?
I wouldn't say the historical facts, but I can always say, see what's happening. Why the some people are very radicals, because what they've learned from their childhood. See, when the baby is born, they don't know anything. What their religious, what their caste, what their color, they don't know anything. But what they're getting, what they're learning from their childhood, who's teaching them, what kind of like religious purpose or anything, what they're learning depends upon that. In our, I'm a proudly I can say like I'm Hindu, Sanatani, but it doesn't mean that I don't believe in any other religions or something like that. But to bring what we have always learned that we believe our guest is like a god to us, right? We believe the entire world is one family, but that's what we have learned from the childhood. We have learned to respect, not lie, not cheat, anything. That's what we have learned. But now when you're talking about radicals, it could be anybody, and radicals could be from any other religious, but what they've learned. So it depends what you're learning from them. What we are trying to do here, that even though what you have learned, we can still make a better world. So that's kind of message we are giving. Even though what you have learned, you can still do the better things.
No, that's a good approach. See, one of the things which comes to the mind is like Hollywood. They produced those series on Netflix on Krishna, very old series. It is there, beautifully done, like beautifully done in the sense of historical accuracy and not misrepresenting facts. And the script is also very tight. So people don't go away from the topic of Krishna over there. Done by a totally non-Indian person. People can watch it. People can let us know their feedback. Story on Arjun was done, which is on Netflix also. So sometimes it feels that the Western people are able to do more justice to the Hindu culture than even Indians. Like you have seen the movie Matrix 3 had mantras from Upanishads over there. Very clearly, the concept of soul and how the mind is so powerful, mind can bend things, all those things are shown over there, which actually is the essence of yoga is to control the mind or transcend the mind. So, but Hindi movies get into the era of balancing everything on a very social level instead of representing as it is. Like there was a famous movie by Tom Hanks in which he challenged the church's authority and Da Vinci Code, and he went into such depths to prove whether Jesus actually existed or not. Many Christians had a problem. Many people, others had a problem with that movie. A lot of protests were done, but a topic was presented in its entirety, and we don't see that coming out of movies from the Indian producers. So, so what is your view on that, and how Mission Kashi will be focused on that kind of narrative, which brings up the positive aspects as well as negative aspects if there are, and brings it to the public for educational purposes.
So if I give you a lot of information, I don't want to reveal a lot of information about the film, but definitely I can tell you, yes, there is a negativity in the film, definitely, but this negativity will convert at the end into the positivity. I mean, that's what I can tell you, because the climax of the film is amazing. The ending of the film is definitely it will bring the tears. It will be a lot of emotional is done at the end of the fifth episode. There are five episodes of the web series, so definitely the end part is amazing. People are going to love it, and that's where even of course you need to show the negativity first, and how the negativity can convert into the positivity. I mean, that's kind of message we are giving.
No, I loved your movie at the elevator. I was there for the whole show, and I did. Well, it was very sobering experience because life can be so precious and can be.
Yes.
It's like a tottering on a small, very beautiful message in that movie. So I know which angle you're going to make this movie. I can see that. So most of the Bollywood movies they and movies are musicals. Generally, there are a lot of music there. We call it masala, a little bit enjoyment is there. So, and comedy will be all. So, like a Bollywood movie is generally a whole experience. Emotions, music, entertainment, masala, like covers all aspects. I'm talking about the old good movies. So, what have you done in this movie for in that respect? And don't have to reveal the secret. We will have to watch this movie to see it.
So first of all, it's not movie, it's a web series. Anyway, so I want to tell you what happened exactly. Again, this is my observation and all. Before, like all this masalas, dance, and all that, it was like a kind of like a dream world, right? But what happened after COVID? People came real in the real world. This is not the dream world you are living in the 2019 when the people were sitting at home. They knew that this is not the real world you are living in. Before it was fine. The people like came to their senses that, oh, this is not. So now the people need the real world, like your day-to-day life. You don't dance and do and party every day. You don't do that. What's your real life? What do you do every day, the routine life? If you bring exactly the same thing, it will give you success because you're showing what you are. I'm showing that in this, there's no masala. Of course, music is there, but no dance and no songs, nothing, because it's a pure how you live your life, how everyone live their life. That's the message, and I can assure you the people are going to love the film because every subject we are bringing it, like every episode we are bringing something to watch the second one, watch the third one, and at the end, it's amazing.
Web series are very popular. People get hooked onto it. And I did some shows and I watched them till the end, some of the political ones. So in the mission, when you say Mission Kashi is a very attractive word you have used. So there's a Kashmir files, there is a Gujarat files coming out by some of the opponents, and there are some of the other files are also the Delhi files are coming out. and Mission Kashi. Mission Kashi seems to be a very attractive name, and you correctly said it is based on facts as well as it is meant for educational purposes. So it will have some fiction also in that, so that you can use your creativity to communicate a message. Now,
Right.
when it comes to choosing the topics, and based on the and also the choosing the actual messaging which you have done in this movie, what are the things that you think that the people should look for in this movie?
I would say unity. Unite means I want to, like, my idea is with this film to unite the people, unite the community, and just leave the fake agenda on the side, leave the fake or leave the other thing which is doesn't matter, but that's not the real thing. People are sitting on the that, oh, you know what, just say, I'm not, again, there are so many other people, they believe in so many things, like we believe that we are going to, every religion is different, right? We believe that we're going to we're going to, like, we believe in carnation, like carnation, right? We're going to come back to this world, maybe in any form, right? But we'll come back, right? Because we believe the soul don't die, the soul will come, like, we'll come back. So that's what we believe, but some other people don't believe in that. Their thing is, oh, we're going to get 72 virgin or something like that, but they're giving a wrong information. That's where the people become, there are even some people in every region, they give other information. Oh, if you do that, you're going to get this, you're going to do this, but that's not the real thing. What is the real world, like, what are you going to do, what's going to happen? We don't know anything what's going to happen after you die. Nobody knows that, but people expect what they learn, and they believe in that. So I'd say my Mission Kashi is showing, of course, the negativity, that what you believe in, but what if you do that, if you come out with that. Just example I'm giving you, let's say we forget about all the religious, you just become a human, there is no war after that. If everybody leaves the dharma, just example, okay, and they say, you know what, forget about it, who I am, I'm just a human being, the war will be there won't be any war. But, and believe in this, I believe in, when you are born, because what is the meaning of sanatan? The sanatan is never end. That's what it means, it will never end. So when you're born, then after you change your religion, as I said, people, when the baby is born, they don't know who they are. But depends, like, they don't even know who the mother and father is, unless the baby has been told that she's your mother and he's your father. That's what the baby knows. And that's the message I want, giving, kind of.
People are very much interested in looking at the star cast, and they want to
Okay,
they
so
want
the
to
star. So again, I say, they're all, the star cast is in this film. They are not known. Only the known people is, one is Anirudh Singh, who's running, who's he's a DSP in the film. He's a famous, like, he's done many films with Salman Khan and other film actors also. And there is a Mamta Rai. She lives in Kashi. She's very popular um, celebrity in Kashi. So that's the two. And there's one of the guys, Prithvi Jutsi. He's worked in many movies. So that's the only, these three people are the known people. The rest of them are unknown. The film actor and the girl actress, they're not unknown. The girl, I think, is working in the first time in the first as her first leading role in this web series.
No, I'm sure they'll become popular with the popularity of your series, because
Yes.
people watch series more than movies nowadays because they want continuity of messaging. So people watch it again and again. So one last question I have for you is, like, when you build these kind of movies, and I'm sure I'll wish you that you make many such movies. There are a lot of topics here, a lot of topics need to be made, and somewhere we need to bring in the American way of storytelling, which is popular all over the world. Even the small pickup telling they do, and I believe we have better storytelling styles, because if you look at Ramayana, Mahabharata, what beautifully they, through the pages, they take you to a different world.
Yes. Yes.
And so we have more better storytelling abilities than anyone else, but so far we have not used it effectively in the medium. So far, I mean, we can do much better, but we have not so far used it. So what is your future plan on this aspect, where we get into the traditional storytelling mode, like the Puranas, the Mahabharata, the Ramayana?
So see, a lot of people, this is like a being the awareness, right? A lot of people don't even know exactly, they expect, and and whatever been told, again, they understand that. Why, as you mentioned about the Hollywood movie, why they're successful? Because they bring the originality of what happened. If you want to try to change it, just again, the new film is coming, I believe is Yug Purus or something like that, where they're showing the Ravana as a Mughal. The face of the Ravana, what they're trying to show, is just the face of the Mughal. It's not going to connect, because what you're trying to do is, this is not real Ravana. Ravana was the image what we have uh, for many many years. That image, if you're changing that image, how you're going to connect? You cannot connect that, because I'm showing something different, which is not like a fake, I would say, or something which I cannot connect with the people. So that's the problem there, because I don't know what is my agenda, what is the director agenda behind that, but how you cannot connect.
Hmm. I mean, Adipurush, that the name is Adipurush. And there's so
Yeah.
many teasers have been made on that movie. Good you didn't remember the name. Even I had to look it out immediately to search which is the movie he's talking about. It's not worth remembering also, because I've seen the all the media reviews of that one, which is totally disconnected from reality. And there is some sense of, you see, when you try to understand, like you said, Sanatani, when you try to understand Sanatan culture from the prism of Abrahamism, then you naturally create such kind of mistakes, because then you cannot connect with it. They are two different opposite scriptures. Sanatan culture is very spiritual, very Atma focused, and Abrahamic cultures is very external driven, based on charisma, and our culture is dependent on karma. Two different aspects completely. So now coming back to your movie, because I know you will be having next couple of these kind of series coming out now. So when will you make something on the Mission USA? Because there is a lot things happened in the Native American history, which, I mean, a lot of people have spoken about Native American history from European perspective. Like Columbus Day was celebrated, and it was also not celebrated. Also, it is also declared as a National Indigenous Day in the U.S. And I did write a book as a homage to the Native Americans, glory and God. But we have not seen an Indian, like you can do it, because people like you can tell a story to Americans from the perspective of Native Americans. Like when Native Americans saw, is there something like that in your mind? Because Mission Kashi will be still for Indians.
Yes, that's for sure, of course. But the message what we are giving here, I'm sure the anyone can connect. We are showing like how the what somebody wants to try to. I'm just showing kind of synopsis that somebody's trying to blow the Kashi. Okay, why they want to blow the Kashi? Because it's one of the most spiritual land, right? The most spiritual city. Okay, so somebody wants to blow the Kashi. That's the message, right? And what happened really, like, and who helped them? Like somebody, they took somebody from our own people and they tried to help. We have many many histories about that, and I'm talking Indian histories for many many years. Why the Mughal came, why the Britishers came to our country? Because some good people helped them, and they thought they will do the good thing. But some good people help the bad people, and that the bad people just destroy the entire city and the entire country. What happened 9/11? Only 7 people, right? The 7 people, they put the entire America on their knees. Only 7 people. So one person has a capacity to destroy the entire country. One person, one bad president comes to this country, as an example, or the one bad prime minister come to India, they can destroy the entire country. So it depends whom you're helping. I mean, there are bad people, there are good people in everywhere. So some good people help bad people by understanding that we will get some benefit. So if you leave your personal agenda on a side and work for your own country and do something and show the reality what happened, I think that's what it should be.
See, one of the bigger challenges today is that the the Hindu community across the world is trying to oppose what is being misrepresented upon them, because when you look at from Abrahamism lens, then Hindu becomes an enemy for many people. But if you look at from the humanity angle, then Hindu becomes an asset for the whole world, because what they have given to the whole world, whole society, and generally peacefulness is taken as a weakness of the Hindu community, because we generally assure the opponent that we are never going to retaliate, and that becomes a weakness for many people. No, it's not a weakness from my side; it's a strength. Because that means you're self-confident. You're not aware of. You're not. You don't have to threaten somebody to become to feel yourself important. So now people like you add value to the culture, because you are communicators. You communicate in a much more stronger medium, which is understandable by the whole world. So what are the things in this series, web series that you have made, which will appeal to non-Hindu audience?
So, okay, before that, I will continue with your question later on, but I want to say something because you just mentioned about the peace and love and the Hindu and all that, of course. So I want to tell you the true story. Okay. This happened in Los Angeles jail. Okay. One of the saint from India who had visited the jail in Los Angeles, when he visited the jail, there are many people, like, prisoners. There are many prisoners there. He visited and he saw that there is a mosque inside the temple. There is a church inside the temple where people used to go and pray, all the different kind of religious people. And then he what do you call, he roamed around the entire jail. And after that he came back, and then he asked the in charge of the jail. I said, I saw mosque, I saw church, I saw other thing, but I did not see the temple. Why you are discriminating against Hindu? Why there is no temple? Why are you doing that? And what the officer replied to him, I said, I am in this jail. I'm the in charge for last 40 years. I did not find any Hindu prisoner came to this jail. Why do we need Hindu? There's no Hindu in. So what I'm answering to you is, we do not believe in crime. We don't do the wrong thing. So there's no criminal, there's no crime. But if somebody is doing that, is their problem, because we believe in karma, right? We believe in karma. We don't do the wrong things. We don't believe in doing the wrong things. So there was nobody there. So we believe in peace and love. That's what we believe in. And somebody wants to show that they are more powerful. It's their problem, because we are what we are, like anybody who they are, who they are. That's what I said. If you just finish the entire religious thing, there's no war. Because if I'm going to show my religion is bigger and the other person showing my religion is bigger, that's where the problem is.
That's right.
That's where the main problem is. So if you don't, then nobody's going to fight.
So there was a very famous movie, Eat, Pray, Love, where Julia Roberts happens to be the sister of Eric Roberts as well.
Mhm.
So in that movie, and also there are other stars like Will Smith, who have become increasingly spiritual, connected to Hindu faith. And also there are many other stars increasingly becoming vegan, vegetarianism, which is abhorred by some conservatives. But California, being a state which is a little bit eccentric than the regular mainstream, in a good way, sometimes in a bad way also. Good way in the sense that veganism is very popular in California, but bad way in the sense that there can be very liberal policies which can affect law and order. So the in when we talk about topics like Mission Kashmir and Mission Kashi and other topics, may appeal to a Western audience which is aware about India, and to Indians who are aware about their own culture, definitely. But there are topics like growing vegetarianism, growing veganism, growing yoga. Yoga is the biggest community in the North America. More than 35 to 40% people in USA do yoga, some way or the form. With such a deep impact or soft power on the American population. So how come now the Indian media, we don't see much Indian media in the mainstream of USA, even though our concepts are mainstream. Karma is mainstream, yoga is mainstream, food habits are mainstream, but the community is not mainstream. is it an asset for the community, or is it a reflection of mispropaganda?
I wouldn't say it's not an asset, because we need to, like, as if it's the Indian media, they need to become into the mainstream, definitely. Miss, see, again, the problem, which again, this is my opinion, which I observed many times, we are, most of the people, they are there for the personal agenda. If you're showing the real thing, why you need to show, bring their own personal agenda? Like, because they have, just an example, I'm just giving an example, which I don't know is it true or not, but that's what I learned. They talk about, like, if you want to CNN, then you're Democrat, and if you want Fox, then you're Republican, like. So maybe the CNN popular, like, giving more towards, like, supporting more to the Democrats than to Republican. But again, so that's the CNN, and the Fox is like more Republican. So again, once you leave your personal agenda on a side and show the real thing to the people, that this is the reality and this is not the fake, because people are giving the fake news has become more popular than the real news, and the community and everyone is, they don't know, they're confused, and especially the young generation, because they don't know the history. They believe in the social media, they believe in the person who's more popular, and that person don't know anything about it, but they, oh, he said it means true. But that's not true, because somebody got paid to say the fake news to the people, to the community, and confuse them, and that's what's happening right now. So that's the, if we need to connect with the mainstream media, you need to forget about your own personal agenda and show the reality to the people. That's what, this is my opinion.
No, great suggestion. I think very insightful, because this is exactly needs to be done, Mukesh ji. And people, I would suggest that which platforms it is releasing. It is releasing on Amazon, and which platforms it is releasing this movie.
It's releasing on Indie Films World.
Indie Full, Indie
Indie
Films,
Films World. That's the, it will be released there only.
and people can download that app
They
and
can
see.
download, they can watch on the, like, they can watch directly through the browser, or they can download the app also.
Yeah, and also people can share that. Also, people can download Indie World, Indie
Indie Films
Films,
World, yeah, they can
Indie
download, yeah.
Films World, download and share. And Mukesh Modi is a very well-known Indian American. Connect with him privately through social media, so you can get more updates on his upcoming projects. So one before we go, one last question I have is that when we talk about Kashi, or the original name was Anand One, that was the original name of Kashi, connected to Shivji, Bhagwan Shiv, in a ways which we can't even explain on a show like this, but deeply connected, I can say. So, what is the importance in your mind about Kashi?
See, Kasi means you need to visit to, if somebody not visited, you need to visit to Kashi to learn about Kashi, because, like, when you go to temple, or when you go to, like, you feel that peace as soon as you go there, because the temples are made, and when they make sure about east, west, north, south, where to put the statue in the temple, which side. I mean, that's all scientifically. All the Sanatan is done based on the scientists. And if you can, the people are talking about it. Just like that, we believe in that the God in everything. Like, we believe the God in rock also, right? We believe in everything, the God. And now they're saying, now the science is saying, oh, there's some particles, live particles in the rocks, which Sanatani had mentioned many years back, many years. We just example about the universe. And let's say we have this panchang, right? The panchang, we tell them when the, what do you call, the sun and the moon eclipse will come. We wrote before 5,000 years back. And today we can tell, like, Chandra Grahan kabhi aayega, Surya Grahan kabhi aayega, right? Kabhi aayega, that we know that. We've been said already when the Diwali will come, which day, what is the Purnima is on that day, is written there in the Panchang many years back. So because there was no science there was not anything there. But what happened? Because of the meditation, they used to travel. If people believe, they don't believe. Like yoga. What is yoga? Somebody are targeting the yoga through the religious. No, it's not true. The yoga is an exercise which is bring you, which will keep you very, very healthy. People work out, they go to gym. Why you're not connecting the gym to any religious? You should not, because the people have to understand. And I've seen the people who do yoga, they're very healthy, very healthy. They live for a longer time. You don't need to work out if you do yoga, which gives you peace, which give like they get a lot of energy. We have a many examples. The Baba Ramdev, he doesn't eat any non-veg. He doesn't work out. He's much more stronger than anybody else. Means I saw one of the live program where Ranveer Singh, like he's very six pack and workout. He challenged uh, to uh, what his name,
Baba Ramdev.
Yogi Ramdev,
Baba
right?
Ramdev.
Ramdev, right? Ramdev
Ramdev.
Baba.
Baba Ramdev, yeah.
Baba Ramdev. He challenged to him, and what happened? They did push up. He did much more, and he literally pulled him on his. He literally put him on his shoulder, and like he could like that kind of energy he has. So this is all yoga. But now you are comparing the yoga with, because somebody's saying that, oh, they're trying to bring the religious. No, it's not true. The yoga is an exercise.
Now, my last book on Yoga Sutra has come out, Transcending the Mind. And one of the things which in the US and nowadays, goat yoga is also becoming very famous. People doing goat yoga, and then goats are walking on their back. So a lot of innovation type of, I don't know whether it's the right innovation, wrong innovation, I don't know, but it does happen in the US. Now, if you look at the American media generally doesn't have any Indian participation of the mainstream community. People like you, like Fox News or CNN they will have their own version of Indian news because they have to maintain a certain American posture. So do you think that the communities who are immigrating from other countries are not as important as the communities of the original settlers?
No, I don't think so. I think they are important. Everyone is important, but depends like how you present the media, how we present the news to the people, how they will accept it. Right now, everywhere there's a problem going on, whether it's US or entire world. Now it depends what happened. Like why suddenly the so much insecurity people have it. Like why you see the people are fighting on the street because the lawmakers are bringing the law which is not good for the community. If you are not smart enough, means I am not here to talk about any politics here, but if you're not smart enough, you have to understand, you should be smart enough to understand what is the right thing for us and what is the wrong thing for us. Like give an example, what's happening right now, because again, this is my opinion, means there's a law they pass, is called bail reform. The bail reform is all the criminals, they can do the crime and the next day they're out. They don't need bail. There's no bail. Now, what's happening? This criminal can crime again and again and again and again every day, but nothing can happen to him. That's why what's happening? The car burgling, the stealing the car, going inside your house. That's happening a lot. The people are fighting on the street. It never happened before. Before, I used to say that I'm in the safest country. I can't say that anymore because there's a many laws. There are a lot of illegal immigrants coming to this country. Now, what's happening? They're getting everything free. They're getting free food, they're getting free medicine, they're getting free shelter. And who's paying for that? The taxpayer are paying for it. Now, if the taxpayer don't understand that, what we should do is their problem, is their fault. You need to bring the person who can be good for you and for the community. You're electing the wrong person. By electing the wrong person, you're going to suffer yourself.
True.
See the policies. What kind of policies who's bringing? Select that person. Elect the person who is bringing the good policy for you and for the country.
Yeah, that's true, because I think the money plays such an important role in the politics nowadays. It's difficult to predict the outcomes because when the money talks, bullshit walks. That's a dialogue in one of the movies, actually.
That's true. Yeah.
So thank you so much, Mukesh Modi ji, and do watch this movie Mission Kashi on Indie Films World. Download the app, or you can watch it through the browser. And whatever subscription you have to pay for that, do that and get the movie on your on your cell phone or WhatsApp or wherever you use your social media thing.
So
Thank you.
as you mentioned about the charger very, very, very competitive. It was like $3.99 a month, or you can pay $24.99 for the entire year.
I'm going to do that for you. I'm going to do that for the Endeavor. And thank you, viewers. Do share this video. Let others people know. Let others know. There's a movie on Mission Kashi. It will be definitely amazing movie. I've seen Mukesh Modi's last movie, The Elevator, in person, and I can vouch that the way he connects the emotions and the practicality, it is phenomenal. That movie was just about an elevator, but I could not imagine that somebody will put so much creativity in the elevator that I was thinking twice. Next time I went to one of the buildings, I said, elevator works or not? So very powerful movie it was, and what it can do at the short instance. So thank you so much, and namaste, and do watch this movie. Thank you.
Thank you, Aditya. Thank you, Sattology, to invite me again. Thanks a lot.
Welcome.